youtube.com/MayhewMayhem. That's youtube.com/MayhewMayhem.
Hello and welcome to another episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I am your host, my name is Michael Mayhew, and I am here with my co-hosts.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dale. And also joining us is this lovely guy.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Greg.
30 Minutes of Mayhem is available on YouTube, iTunes, Android, Stitcher, and Spreaker. All you have to do is search MayhewMayhem, that's MayhewMayhem, and make sure to rate us 5 stars.
Also, you can help us afford to continue doing the show by donating to 30 Minutes of Mayhem via PayPal. Just use the email address in the description, 30minutesofmayhem@gmail.com.
This episode consists of segments picked solely by Dale as his favorite segments from episode 1 to episode 36.
So the first favorite segment that I have picked is a segment from episode 4 called Favorite Restaurant. And the reason why I picked it was mainly due to the fact that it was mainly my grandfather's his favorite restaurant, and of course passed away, and huge impact on my life. I missed the guy terribly, and so I wish there was one here, else I'd probably be there almost every single weekend.
I forget, where did you pick again as your favorite restaurant?
Golden Corral.
Jesus. That's right. It was like, oh, that's right, Golden. See, I think I mentioned this in the segment. I had only ever been to one once, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was like.
My favorite thing about this segment is right before we recorded this episode, my band at the time, As Dreams Fade, you can find them at facebook.com/AsDreamsFadeOfficial. So my former band, we just got done playing a show like a couple days before this. We were on the way back, and I seen the greatest business idea that already had been implemented, and I talk about it in the segment, and it was the craziest thing that I had ever seen. So go ahead and listen to the segment here.
And what are some of top 3 maybe, or just one of your favorite restaurants? Could be fast food, could be casual dining, could be local, could be a chain, doesn't matter. What are the ones that you like the most? Dale, what's your favorite restaurant?
Golden Corral.
Why is Golden Corral your favorite restaurant?
I don't know. I've always liked it. Growing up, we always went to, and when I was a kid, I was always fascinated with the whole buffet style. Instead of just picking something off the menu, I could have whatever the fuck I want.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And also, after my grandfather passed away, me and my family, we went there for Golden Corral, and we all were sitting there and just, having a good time, pretty much celebrating his life and in our own little way, and we were all good about it. So he liked Golden Corral a lot, so of course we went there all the time. But even before he passed away, it was still one of my favorite restaurants. The food there was actually really good, and the one we went to, actually, it was where Brian used to work, right there off 466 in the Villages, where he used to work at the Dairy Queen.
Mm-hmm.
It was that Golden Corral right down there, and he used to go there all the time, and I just liked it over there. And,
so it's got a nostalgia, takes you back to your childhood, and then it's got a special place in your heart because of your grandfather.
Correct.
I don't know what more reasoning you can ask for than that.
No, that's pretty much perfect. I mean, I think that, I'm not going to say right now it's my favorite. I mean, I want to move on to someone else. I want to be the last one, but something like that is kind of for me would kind of be like Old Country Buffet, because I used to go to that a lot with my grandpa whenever we would go up to Pittsburgh or something, and I always really enjoyed doing that. So that always, and since there isn't one up in Pittsburgh anymore, but yeah, I could respect that. That's a really cool reason. Let's see here. Ryan, what's your favorite restaurant?
It had to be Mimi's Cafe.
Is that a local place?
It's a chain, but it's really good.
Where's it at?
And they have Mimi's Cafe.
Where's it at?
Oh, it's down the road from me.
Okay, so it's over in California.
Yeah, but we have one in Ocala too. We had one there. But the cool thing about it is they serve you a champagne breakfast, and I had that today, and it was really good. They're really good. If you ever have a chance to eat at one, go there and eat one. Have a good breakfast.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner in a New Orleans decor. Or decor.
Oh, wow.
I had French toast this morning. It was cinnamon buns, but it was made into French toast.
Ooh,
Yeah, they got
that
breakfast, lunch,
sounds
and dinner.
amazing.
Yeah.
Ryan's like, I'm having a steak right now, but man, that shit earlier was so
Yeah,
good.
that breakfast was
That
good. Yeah,
champagne
that shit was good.
breakfast really complements the steak.
Yeah, the champagne does, and they give you each little glass of orange juice and two other cranberry and another thing. And you pour your champagne into each one little glass, and it's really good.
Oh shit,
Goes
that
to
sounds
try it.
awesome.
The flavors go well with and the flavor goes well with the breakfast. You get your own little champagne bottle.
I'm gonna have to check that out. There's one right down the road from me.
Yeah, dude, you should
Dale's
go get there
fucking
and ask for the
that's it.
champagne breakfast.
Beaver Creek in Columbus.
Next person. Nick, what's your favorite restaurant?
My favorite restaurant in the area has to be a little Italian restaurant called Mario's.
Oh yeah, I've been there before. That place is good.
Yeah, you get a lot of food for very little, and my dad's been eating there. My dad's been going there since he was a kid, and it's just been a family thing. We go there because it's affordable food. We all know Mario.
Yeah, his brother Luigi and all that. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know. We do dealings with them in the back.
Ryan does dealings
Uncle
at people's
Tony.
back door.
He does shrooms with them. See,
All right, then, Mike, what's your favorite restaurant?
Well, before I get to my favorite restaurant, I have to share this from yesterday, okay? So, we're coming back from the show we played down in Glendale. We're coming back, and everybody wants to get something to eat. Well, I was planning on having Richelli's Pizza, so I was like, I'm not going to eat when we stop. And I said, well, we're just going to go to Burger King. We're just going to go through the drive-through the Burger King in Warwood. Well, the Burger King in Warwood, for some reason, is closed. We pull over in the plaza to stop because we're in 3 different vehicles to figure out where we're going to go because the Burger King was closed. Well, I don't eat Burger King and I wasn't planning on eating anyways. I look over and there's a hot dog shop. And I'm like, hey, you guys can just go in there and get a hot dog, probably get some fries and shit. And I realize on the window to the hot dog shop, it says tanning. I was like, you can get
in a hot dog shop.
I was like, you could go fucking eat a hot dog and get a fucking tan in the same goddamn place. It's this little fucking hole in the wall, and you can get hot dogs in there and a fucking tan.
Their cleanup crew must fucking hate that place.
Right? I'm sitting there thinking, like, what are you gonna get like chili cheese fries and a hot dog, and you're gonna be in that tan. You got them little tanning glasses on. You're sitting there, and you're like, man, how long do I got left in this tan? It's like, 20 minutes before this thing will open. Uh-oh, I'm not gonna make it. So now you got hot dog, fucking breadcrumbs, you got fucking chili, you got fucking cheese, you got other pieces of potato shit, and then you got like explosive liquid diarrhea all baking in a tanning booth.
Could you imagine like
What a
those
smell
people
that
who
would be.
those people are like fucking eating their chili cheese fries and the shit falls on their chest and they have fucking tan lines from all the shit they ate?
That'd be hilarious.
What are
No.
those spots on your chest? Oh, those are the droppings from the fries and everything. I was eating the hot dog while taking the tan.
I'm not even kidding. Like, who the fuck was sitting down and they were like, I fucking got it. And somebody's like, what? What is it you got? I got the perfect business idea. Okay, let's hear it. We open up a hot dog shop. That doesn't sound like the perfect business idea. No, you didn't let me finish. We open up a tanning booth. Well, I thought you said a hot dog shop. Yeah, we open up a hot dog shop where you can also get a tan at the same fucking time. Same time. You can eat a motherfucking hot dog and get a tan. Get your bronze on while you're shoving tube meat into your mouth at the
I
same
give you that.
time.
America's a great place to live. You can eat a hot dog and fucking tan together. We're American.
While this person is trying to sell somebody on this idea, who's the dumbass that he sold on that idea?
You
know, like,
you
who-
know somewhere like somebody actually did go in there to get a hot dog and then get a tan.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
someone.
You know damn well. If Ryan was here, you know goddamn well Ryan would go up in there and get a hot dog and get a tan at the same fucking time. And
Oh, you better fucking believe it. I'd do it just to do it.
exactly. And I'm like,
What? You get a hot dog and tan at the same time? Fuck yeah, sign me up.
What do they got in the back room? You know, do like you get a happy ending afterwards? You get a hot dog, a tan, and a happy.
God, I hope so.
You know, by some like burly dude with a beard. You know, he's gonna just jerk you off.
Oh, no. No, that's more of Dale's.
No, his
Dale's
hands are
way.
more experienced. Let him do it. Let him do it.
Hey, just close your eyes and think about it, man. It's not that bad, trust me.
talking from experience.
You didn't
Everybody
answer my
got
question
quiet.
though, Mike. What's your favorite
Just getting
restaurant?
happy endings on this Navy ship.
If you want to hear that in its entirety, it's from episode 4. So go back, way back to the beginning, and check out favorite restaurant segment from episode 4.
Okay, next favorite segment. It comes from episode 17. And this segment is called Ryan from the Headlines. Man killed by beaver. That still fucking gets me to this day. My favorite part about this episode, honestly, was Crystal just losing her shit from you guys is talking like all southern and whatnot. Like, go take this beaver outside, pop cap between it. And she lost it. That was honestly like my favorite part.
Not on this segment because of some
I
last
was not, but
yeah, on that episode because some last minute stuff went down or whatever, and you couldn't be on, and that's one of the only episode that you're not on. Well, episode 16 and 17 because they were from one session. You're on neither one of them.
right.
So, do you feel like maybe you find this segment as funny as what you do because you weren't there to hear it when it initially happened?
Yeah, because like now that once you know what's ever going on, yeah, of course it's funny right then and there. But when you go back a second time, like it depends because like if you haven't listened to it and there's so much stuff that we talked about, so it's just like, well, I don't remember what we talked about this episode, and you talked about it, and maybe as time goes on, you're like, oh, I kind of remember, but you don't remember everything that was said. So whenever I heard this, I lost it as well, mainly because she lost it. So that's why I found it even more funnier than what it was.
The thing is that I was on that episode, and I still think it was absolutely hilarious because it was so ridiculous. It was one of those things that you never expect to hear about in real life. But there it is. It's an actual headline.
Listen to Ryan read from the headlines on this segment. And this next segment we like to call Ryan from the headlines.
Man tries to take photo of beaver and it kills him. A fisherman was bitten to death by a beaver, and all he was trying to do was to take a picture. Sky News reports a man spotted the beaver while fishing with friends at Lake Shikaskawal, but when he approached to take the photography, the beaver bit him on the thigh. The animal managed to sever an artery, and the friends could not stop the blood flow.
That's just let's just get to the point here. That is one of the shittiest ways in the entire fucking world to die.
I
It's like
know.
getting stung by a stingray.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
artery is the femoral artery, by the way, if you guys were
Yeah,
curious.
it's
Yeah, the main artery in the leg there, and they couldn't stop the bleeding. But like, if I was killed by a beaver, I wouldn't want a funeral or a service at all. I would just want like a small group of people to know how I died, and then everybody else would be like, he was something stupid. You know, Mike. You know how he was. Yeah, he was killed doing something stupid. I would never want it to get out that I was killed by a beaver.
I don't think anybody would.
And a good thing the headline doesn't read "Beaver kills man" because then it would be like a misconception.
People would think that a woman's beaver killed a man.
Exactly. Was he down there and like he had like a beard or a mustache? Let's just say a mustache. So he has like a gnarly like 70s like Ron Jeremy mustache, right? And then his hair gets entangled and the beaver hair, and then he suffocates. I'm just saying, getting killed by a
it's
beaver.
there are some beavers that I'd like to sink my teeth into, but I can't say I'd prefer the other way around.
Sky News helpfully reminds us that beavers can, of course, bite through trees. Beaver attacks are rare, though, and when they do occur, beavers are generally to blame. A video was posted on YouTube showing a beaver going after a Russian man, and 2 girls were seriously injured after being mauled by a beaver in Virginia's.
I'm just saying, if a beaver comes at you, it's not that big. My first reaction would be to punt it. You know
But
what I'm
then it latches into your leg, and that's what happens, Mike.
Well, maybe that's how he went out. But if a small little dog come at you with every intention in the world on attacking you, and you knew it was going to attack you, you would kick it. I'm sure you're not going to run from a small dog. Some might run from the small dog, but like fight or flight comes in. And if it's so much smaller than me, I think I honestly 100% believe, I can't say with certainty, but I'm going to say 100% anyway, that I would. But if it was a bear, I'm going to run like hell. Why didn't the guy like punt the beaver? Why didn't he defend himself?
I don't know. It depends on how big the beaver was.
It's still a fucking beaver.
Well, you
He
probably
was
thought
probably drunk.
Yeah.
He was
That's
probably
Russia.
drinking. He was on a fishing trip.
Very true.
Similar news with the happier. The AFP reports that a Komodo sunk its teeth into an 80-year-old Indonesian woman on Tuesday, but she was able to fend it off.
Okay, how the fuck does someone fend off a fucking Komodo dragon and get killed by a beaver? That don't even make any goddamn sense.
How old was the person?
The lady was 83 years old.
She was fucking 83 years old and defended off a Komodo dragon.
What the fuck?
I don't
You
give a
can't make the. It's.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if that guy was drunk. He's a pussy now, and not in the definition of beaver either. He's an 83-year-old woman kicked a fucking Komodo dragon's ass apparently, but this dude goes out by getting bit by a beaver.
I could just picture her beating it with her cane.
I find it hilarious simply because, that is like one of the most unfortunate ways to go. That's like so yeah, this is the kind of thing
What's next? A
see.
parakeet's gonna maul someone to death?
This is the kind of thing I'm expecting to see on an episode of 1,000 Ways to Die in the future. It's so ridiculously far-fetched. I mean, when you beaver, you think of this like adorable little brown animal that chews wood and makes beaver dams, and that's about it. And like the thought of one of those mauling someone to death is not the kind of thing you think of. So when you hear someone got mauled to death by a beaver, your first reaction is, what, in a movie or something? What movie was that? And they're like, no, in real life. And it sounds so utterly retarded that someone could get killed by a beaver, but here it is. A guy got mauled to death by a fucking beaver.
I don't know why you would try to get that close to a fucking beaver anyway. If you're gonna take that risk, I mean, you're a fucking dumbass.
See the beaver coming after you. You're running. You run away from the goddamn.
You're not gonna sit there and take pictures while it's fucking coming after you. Like, oh look, it's getting closer. Oh look. Oh, you know what? I'm bleeding out now. There's me right.
You know, not to get off subject or anything, but me and my uncle came across the badger, and that son of a bitch chased after us and ran us all the way back to the truck.
Oh yeah, badgers are scary sons of bitches.
Back
Damn.
to the truck.
That some bitch done there sent me back that truck.
I was gonna shoot that son of a bitch, but then my uncle's like, no, don't kill it. It's all good.
I was gonna shoot that some bitch that come there coming after me.
Get that there bullet right in the eyes.
Badger meat.
I was gonna make some goddamn badger jerky.
Badger burger would have been awesome had you said that. That's some bitch coming right at me. I'm gonna shoot that some bitch right there between there. That's some good meat, that badger meat there. Have make us up some badger burger. We ain't gonna starve tonight.
Make a burger with some bacon on it.
Gotta put that thing in a pie.
What we eating? Badger pie.
She's just losing it.
I don't want to get like I don't know, cultural or whatnot, but like we have this idea, and a lot of people have this idea that animals like that are cute little cuddly animals. They're not gonna attack you. They're like from like TV and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really gets attacked by a beaver. Like nobody thinks that, hey, this is a wild animal. It's wild. It's dangerous. Like you shouldn't just go up to a wild animal and be like, hey, I'll take a picture of it, and then think nothing's gonna happen.
Go back and check out episode 17, Ryan from the Headlines.
Four of my last favorite segments from episode 35. Lord comes. Oh man, Lord comes a knockin. The reason why I find this particularly one of my favorite segments overall. A couple days prior to that, come up what we call Mormons. I was on my way to an appointment. I was kind of running late, so I was in a hurry. So I got dressed real quick. I had no choice but to run into these guys real quick as I was leaving, and so they tried to stop me. And they tried to, and they did the whole thing. We're here to, spread the name in the name of Lord Jesus Christ and whatnot. And
so basically, I tried to give you an idea of what you should do next time it happens to you. It's all downhill from...
It's all downhill from there. And we're talking like worshiping Satan in front of these guys, or chopping off fake penises. Not really chopping off fake penises, but killing stuff and whatnot. it's all downhill from there. You just gotta check it
That
out.
episode, that whole segment, just one of my favorites because of how much I laughed at it. It was one of the where I just felt so good because it made me truly like happy. Like it made me laugh really hard and just like I still think it's funny. Like I've listened to it repeatedly and it still makes me laugh every time I listen to it. So there you go.
I didn't really find it as funny as what everybody else did, but with a lot of people enjoying it, I went back and really listened to it. I was like, you know what? I can see where people find that hilarious because it is pretty funny. I just you're always your own worst critic.
Yeah.
However that saying goes. But go ahead and listen to it from episode 35, How to Answer the Door When the Lord Comes a Knockin'. So I haven't had this problem in quite a long time because I live out in the middle of nowhere, but we've had it a few times, and I've always thought that the greatest way to solve this problem is to butt ass naked and answer the door. Well, I had the opportunity to do that and could not convince former co-host Ryan the Gat Cat from LA to get ass naked and answer the door when we had the Jehovah's Witnesses at the door. Well, Jehovah's Witnesses aren't the only ones that do it. You also have your Mormon missionaries. So my question to you guys is, what is the best way to answer the door when the Lord comes a knocking?
Did you try to convince like a raging boner as well?
I didn't try to convince him to have a raging boner. It was like last moment, like spur of the moment thing, and he said, "Who the fuck is these guys here at the door?" And I seen him walking up, and I was like, "Holy shit, them are Jehovah's Witnesses." And the reason why, well, they could have been Mormon missionaries, but I'm pretty sure they weren't because they weren't. The Mormon missionaries normally dress in like suit.
They usually
white
look
shirt,
like
tie.
usually they look like they just came from like out of school, like out of private school or something like that.
Yeah, and the Jehovah's Witnesses they vary. At least through my experience, they aren't dressed uniformly the same like the Mormon missionaries are. But anyway, so I seen him walking up, and I just tried to convince him. Holy shit! I was like, just get ass naked and answer the door, because he was the closest one to the door, and he was the one that seen him. And he was like, nah, dude. I was like, no, they're gonna hear you. They're gonna know we're in here. Just get ass naked and answer the door. But no, I didn't say, like I was telling you before we started the show, Dale, with your issue you were dealing with, that you should have prepared properly, took some, Viagra, watched a bit of porn, had a nice full rager.
I mean, maybe next time, but I don't see him come walking up. I just, I got the little peephole at my door. So there's actually one time where I was staring through the little peephole at the dude. It was funny, like he was all in his nice suit, because there's a lot of Mormons out here. So I was just watching because like I heard a knock and like I was expecting a delivery, a package, big sausage pizza, haha. But anyways. I was expecting like UPS to deliver a package or something like that. So I was just waiting on like UPS to deliver a package, and I hear a knock, and I walk over and I look through the little people, and I see the dude standing there like he was standing there. It was funny because I was like staring at him, and he's all like, he's just doing that shit. He's got his little note hand like getting ready for a speech and shit, and I
That was
looking
so
through
ungodly.
Yeah, I'm looking through the little people, and I'm like hand over mouth because I'm not trying to like, have him know I was there.
You see, what you do is you tell him hold on a minute, right? And then that's when you go take your Viagra, and then you like pull up some porn on your phone. You play with yourself a little bit so you get an erection, because Viagra doesn't cause you to have an erection. You have to be aroused, and you keep telling him, hang on a second, and then that's when you prepare yourself. You get the erection. You're ass naked. You get some of the fake blood. You put it on the knife, and then finally you come to the door, all out of breath, huffing and puffing. You answer the door. You got the blood on you. You're ass naked. You got a full raging boner, and you're holding a bloody knife, cleaning it off. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, go ahead, come in. Yeah. What, you want to talk about the Lord? You see, that's the way to do it.
Sorry, I was just in the midst of sacrificing this goat to the Satan.
And then if they come in, which some of them got some balls, So they come in, like we said, if they're sitting down, you sit them down on your couch or whatever. You just pace around the whole time with a, like a real
Full-on
nervous
aggression.
and just a full-on like stiff arm fucking erection. You got to do like some exaggerated movements so that your
I
like,
want.
hard like third arm is just bouncing around.
I don't know why I thought about this, but I don't know if I should put like this pill that like makes me foam, but like drop down and just have a seizure. It's like, hey guys, how's it? Starts like glitching out. I wonder what to do. I wonder if they either A, try to help, or B,
Just run like
run away. I'd be like, dude, just go. Let's go. We can't leave them there.
Oh man, they're like trying to perform CPR and you
You're not even dying. You're like nowhere near. You just got this pill that you just bite down real quick and just.
just your dick's just that fucking hard, and then they're trying to perform CPR on you while you get this raging ass boner. No, but I like the idea of just walking, or if they come in, you're just walking around. You don't even put pants on. You just come in, you're just walking around. And then you got to do the kind of walk to where you kind of like you put your legs closer together and you kind of squeeze your butt cheeks a little bit. So like it'll cause when you walk, it'll cause your dick to flop back and forth between.
I just picture that in my mind of me doing that, so it just made me laugh even harder.
You gotta do that, then you gotta like take exaggerated movements, like I said, accidentally trip on something, so you do like the trip run and your dick's just flopping all over the place in a big ass hurry. And let them preach to you. Let them talk about the Lord as long as that. And if they say something about you being, sir, would you, would you like to put some pants on or something? And you go, oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm a nudist. It is. So what I do, this is my my domicile here, and if you're not okay with my beliefs, then
Dude, I wonder if he can like do like some stretching. About to go for a run,
That would be great.
It's just fucking like just bend over, like spread your legs a little bit, and like bend down in the middle or to the side or something like that. Bring like one leg up and like bend over in front of them to where they see like full on like your dirt star and everything.
They see the void.
now I could answer the door with a full-on rager. They couldn't tell the difference if I did. But then you got, and then because I got a small dick, and then you got Dale that could do that, and then Greg that could do that. But the problem is, as far as I know, Raven doesn't have a penis. So Raven, what would Raven do?
What?
I
I had a few different ideas. It actually happened once. I was at a friend's house and she has a long driveway.
Hang on. Well, like, I don't know why I thought about this. I'm sorry to cut you off, but the only thing I could thought of is like her answering the door. They're not even getting a word out. She's gonna be like, "It's raping time."
That's my answer. I changed everything. Everything I was just about to say. Fuck it. That's my answer.
She's gonna answer the door. They're gonna be like, "Hi." You're gonna be like.
If you want to hear that segment in its entirety, go check out episode 35, How to Answer the Door When the Lord Comes a-Knockin'. And that does it for another episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I've been your host. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I have been here with my co-hosts,
Dale.
And Greg.
I have enjoyed these segments that Dale picked as his favorite segments from episode 1 to episode 36. 30 Minutes of Mayhem, we're available on YouTube, we're available on iTunes. Android listeners can find us on Stitcher and Spreaker. And just, tell your friends. And donate to us via PayPal. Because, we're tired of paying out of our pockets just for this.
We need to make a commercial that, in order for us to get more money, we should have a commercial with just like Dale covered in dirt and in a diaper, sitting there looking really sad while some Sarah McLachlan song plays in the background, and it's like, for just $1 a day, you too can fund this podcast.
It's not a half bad idea. I hope you have enjoyed these segments that Dale picked, and later, fellas.